The movie begins with a private genetic engineering company called Synsect. This company is deeply involved in groundbreaking experiments with one ultimate goal: to create a human being that surpasses ordinary humans. Their journey starts with the creation of a hybrid biological organism, but this isn't purely biological. Instead, they combine DNA with advanced nanotechnology, even linking it to the nervous system so the mind can adapt to these nanoparticles. After countless trials, their first experiment results in a tragic failure. The artificial being's DNA rejects the nanoparticles, leading to a disastrous outcome. Not giving up, the scientists attempt again. Their second creation is physically strong but suffers from mental instability. Still, every failure teaches them valuable lessons. By the third attempt, the team finally succeeds, and this time, they create a being unlike any other. They name her Morgan. She's a baby girl who appears fully human, complete with emotions and the ability to connect with others. What makes Morgan extraordinary is that her DNA is synthetic, enhanced with nanotechnology. This gives her rapid cell growth, a far stronger immune system than any human, and astonishing mental abilities. She's half human, half artificial. But one thing she lacks is a soul. No other research facility in the world has managed something like this. For the scientists at Synsect, this project becomes the highlight of their careers. Over time, Morgan grows up in the lab, cheerful and loved by everyone, especially Dr. Amy, who treats her like her own daughter, taking her out for walks and caring for her deeply. But one day, during a walk in the forest, something unsettling happens. Morgan finds a wounded deer struggling to survive. To everyone's shock, she ends its life swiftly. This is strange, because her design never included the ability to kill another living being. The scientists are horrified. If Morgan could kill an animal, what might she do next? Fearing she may be dangerous, they lock her away in a secured room, preparing to report the incident to their senior doctors. The scientists had always controlled Morgan with commands that she was expected to obey. By now, she was just 5 years old, but unlike any ordinary child. Day by day, she continued to grow, yet her confinement weighed heavily on her. Morgan disliked living within boundaries. She longed for the freedom she once had, and often remembered what it felt like. One night, a therapist visits her, trying to reach out and talk. But in a sudden loss of control, Morgan attacks her. The therapist is badly injured, her eye damaged in the process. Despite this shocking incident, the team still struggles to let go of their affection for Morgan. They remind themselves that, like humans, she experiences emotions, and emotions are not always easy to control. Still, the attack is serious. The incident is reported to the company's head office, and suspicion begins to rise. Maybe there was a mistake in creating this synthetic being. Concerned, Synsect sends specialists to investigate. Among them is Lee Weathers, a tough and highly skilled doctor known for solving problems with precision. When Lee arrives, she begins questioning everyone involved in Morgan's upbringing. She quickly notices something troubling. The scientists have grown too emotionally attached to Morgan, treating her like family instead of a project. Lee disapproves of this closeness. Even the injured therapist, surprisingly, blames herself for the incident and defends Morgan. To move forward, the company decides that Dr. Allen, a psychologist, will assess Morgan. His task is to determine whether she is mentally stable or not. The other doctors warn him that speaking to Morgan face-to-face could be dangerous, but Allen insists. He wants direct interaction, believing it's the only way to truly understand her. Reluctantly, the team agrees. Dr. Allen finally sits with Morgan. She answers his questions calmly, with surprising intelligence. She even expresses regret, apologizing for attacking the therapist and promising never to do such a thing again. Allen, being an experienced psychologist, doesn't stop there. He subjects her to a psychological test designed with provocative questions meant to irritate even the calmest person. At first, Morgan responds with restraint, but soon, her emotions start to spiral out of control. It becomes clear that her reactions are not like those of ordinary human beings. Something deep within her begins to unravel. During the psychological test, Morgan reaches her breaking point. When Dr. Allen pushes her with another question she doesn't want to answer, she snaps. Overcome with rage, she suddenly attacks him, biting his neck viciously. At that moment, it becomes undeniable. Morgan is no longer safe to be around ordinary people. The team manages to sedate her, but Dr. Lee wastes no time. She coldly instructs the others to kill Morgan, declaring her a failed experiment. Despite their deep affection for the girl they raised, the scientists reluctantly agree. They tie Morgan up and prepare for the unthinkable. But not everyone is ready to cross that line. Dr. Darren refuses to participate, sparking a heated argument with Dr. Lee. The conflict escalates until the scientists turn against Lee. Together, they knock her unconscious and lock her inside Morgan's room, planning to escape with Morgan instead. When Morgan regains consciousness, she pleads desperately, "Please don't kill me. I want to live." Moved by her words, they decide to take her with them. But the moment she is fully awake, everything changes. Morgan launches into a violent frenzy, killing Dr. Darren and another doctor nearby with brutal efficiency. It becomes clear that Dr. Allen's psychological probing earlier had awakened something inside her: anger, rage, and a deep sense of betrayal. She no longer sees the scientists as caretakers, but as enemies. One by one, she slaughters everyone in her path, except for Dr. Amy. Morgan spares Amy because of their bond. Amy had loved her, cared for her, and promised to one day take her to the lake she always dreamed of seeing. Now free, Morgan insists Amy keep that promise and take her there. Amy, however, is torn. Fear and sorrow gnaw at her as she realizes what Morgan has become. Meanwhile, Dr. Lee, having escaped captivity, is determined to finish what she started. She makes it her mission to hunt Morgan down and end the dangerous creation once and for all. Their paths collide deep in the forest. A fierce battle erupts, leaving Dr. Lee gravely injured, but with sheer determination, she manages to overpower Morgan, finally drowning her. In the aftermath, the truth comes to light. Morgan was never meant to be the ultimate creation. She was just one sample in a larger project, an experiment to merge artificial intelligence with human behavior. The true success of SynSec's work was Dr. Lee herself. She had always seemed human, but in reality, she was an earlier artificial being, perfected before Morgan. Unlike Morgan, Lee had no fragile emotional responses, no longing for freedom, no sentimental attachments. She was engineered with the cold, focused instincts of a warrior. That was why Lee survived where Morgan failed. The scientists realized too late that giving Morgan positive human traits, like love, curiosity, and a desire for freedom, was what made her unstable. She admired the beauty of nature, longed for meadows, forests, and lakes, and didn't care about the company's ambitions. And so SynSec decided, never again would they create an artificial being like Morgan. Instead, they declared Lee's version, the emotionless, efficient creation, the true success.